What's going on YouTube today? I'm doing kind of a slower video. I'm going to sit down and kind of share my story with y'all. Let y'all know how I got started in the videography world and just my journey, and let y'all know where I've been and kind of where I'm at right now. So hope y'all enjoy this video. My journey with videography started a very long time ago. I am a pastor's kid, for those who don't know, and my family and I started a church about 7 years ago, and since the day that place started, I've always took pictures for the church. I've always been the guy that takes the pictures there, and then after a few years of doing that, I'd say probably 2 or 3 years in, one of our good buddies, Caleb Kirsch, started coming to our church, and he's a photographer. He's amazing at what he does, and at the time he still does a very expensive camera. More expensive than the camera I currently own. And I started picking, I don't know why he trusted it in my hands, but he gave little 12, 13-year-old me this camera and let me run around the church and take pictures of people with it. And I seemed to have a good eye for it at the time, because I would always get compliments from people at the church, like, hey man, this is some good stuff you're taking. And Caleb would always tell me, like, dude, these are great or whatever. And so I've always done it. I've always done photography since a very young age. And like most of y'all have, I've always edited photos on my phone since I was very young. Stupid photos, just editing, and I've always loved it. And I remember the first time I ever got paid to hold a camera was with one of my good friends, Dusty Porter. He is also a part of our church. But he just invited me one day. He said, hey man, like, we've seen what you've done at the church. We've seen the photos you've taken at the church. And at the time, he filmed a bunch of weddings. He filmed weddings with him and one of our other buddies. His name's Russ. And Andrew. That's one of our other buddies. They all film weddings together. And they invited me to come to shoot this wedding with them. But the only thing was, I had never shot anything before besides a few pictures at a church service. And so I wasn't really sure like why I was going, other than to carry their bags around. And I think they ended up having a spare camera, and I picked it up, and I ended up going around and getting a couple shots that ended up getting played in the wedding video. And I was like, okay, wow, this is awesome. I remember Dusty texted me that day, and he was like, hey man, just letting you know, like, a couple of your shots actually made the cut in the video. And I was like, okay, that's a shocker, but whatever. Didn't think much about it. I didn't realize how much that day really meant to me until a few years later, when I was laying in bed one night scrolling on my phone, like many of y'all probably are right now, and I ran across a guy on YouTube. His name is Jay Engler. I don't know if any of y'all know him, but I'll throw his page up on the screen. He does YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's on all the social medias, but I found him on YouTube. He's an NBA videographer, and he used to post these really sick slow-mo videos of like the biggest NBA players. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, imagine being able to do that for a job. That's incredible. And I fell in love with it. I would watch his videos so much, and just amazing. And so I thought about it for a few weeks. I looked on eBay, Amazon, Sony, Canon, all the cameras, looked at all the websites, tried to find a camera that I could afford, because at the time I was however old a sophomore in high school is, and I didn't know if this was anything more than just going to be a fun little hobby I did. But I ended up finding a camera on eBay. I believe I found a camera for like $800. It was a Sony A7R II, a very old camera. I found a lens that wasn't even made for that camera. I don't even know it was some tiny lens I had, and I paid about $1,000 for everything, for a body and a lens. My first body and lens was about $1,000. I believe I paid for half of it. My family paid for the other half, and I was supposed to pay them back over time, but they gave me some grace on that and never did. But that camera changed my life, and it changed my life for the good. At the time, most sophomores in high school don't know what they want to do for the rest of their life. And I would argue to say most seniors that are in high school don't know what they want to do for the rest of their life. But this camera started me on a journey that I am so incredibly grateful for. I I I bought this first camera, and I remember the day it came in, there was a volleyball game that night, and one of my best friends at the time played volleyball for our high school. And I remember I went to the game that night, and I was like, I can't pull this camera out and just start shooting. I literally had like hidden like in my hoodie pocket. I'm like, I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna do that, because at the time, I mean, this is not something anyone did. Like, no one did this. When I was a sophomore in high school, no one like made sports videos, and that wasn't a thing. Besides like your average 80-year-old photographer with the massive lens that everyone sees all the time. But I got there, and I was there with my mom, and we were watching this game, and I ended up pulling the camera out. I was sitting next to the student section. They were a few sections over, and I remember thinking, like, golly, if any of those people look over here and see me doing this, like, I'm just gonna get made fun of, because I was young, and I was worried about what people think about me. And I ended up getting the camera out. I ended up filming some clips of the volleyball game. I took them home. I might have gotten 10 good clips, and I mean, they wouldn't be good now, but for my first time, they weren't bad. I'll throw them up on the screen, a few of them. But yeah, I got home. I got those videos off, and I couldn't even figure out how to get the videos off my camera and onto my phone. It took me forever to figure out, like, how am I supposed to do this? I ended up doing it a way that's just incredibly wrong now, but in the time I thought it was the best way to do it. And I got them to my phone. I'm sure I edited the videos in some iPhone software that probably a bunch of starters do. And I remember I got those videos sent out to some of the players, and I remember them being like, thinking it was really cool, like, okay, like, appreciate these, Hayden, like, all right, thank you, oh, these are fire, you know. That's what a lot of people say when I send them stuff, is, oh, fire. But so I sent those videos to them, and I remember I believe it was the next day or the next few days at school, I was in the lunchroom, and I'm sitting at lunch one day. I wasn't thinking about the videos or anything, and one of the players came through the lunchroom and saw me at lunch, came by and said, hey, like, what's your Instagram? We're gonna post these on the athletic account. And like my school had like a page they'd post some sports stuff on, and they're like, hey, we're gonna tag you in these videos. What's a good like account to? And at the time, I didn't have social media. I was a sophomore in high school. I grew up with parents that like taught me the goods and bads of social media, and so I was one that never had social media. And I remember they were like, just download it. Just download the video, or just download Instagram real quick, and so we can tag you. And I remember I sat there, I downloaded the Instagram, and I was sick in my stomach because I thought my dad was gonna kill me when I got home. I was like, oh, he's gonna know I have it now, and oh, it's over. And I ended up downloading it, made an account. They tagged me in the videos, or we collab posted or something like that. I don't even know if I even know how to do that back then, but we ended up posting those videos. They ended up doing pretty good. Not pretty good, I mean, maybe 1,000 views. And I remember a lot of the kids in the school would share those videos, because, I mean, we had never had anything like that before at our school. And so they shared those videos, whatever. And I remember, like, the next day we had like a football game. And so at the time, I'd only filmed that one volleyball game, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go shoot this football game. I've seen people do it. At the time I'd seen that Jay Engler guy had filmed an NFL game. I was like, I want to be like him. Why would I not go film a football game? So I went to the game. It was a big game for our school. It was Gold Out, for those of you who know who that is. And I filmed the Gold Out game, and that was my first football video I ever did. I'll put it on the screen too, so y'all can see that work. It was the first football game I ever filmed, and I remember that video did pretty good. I want to say it got 5,000 views or something like that. And at the time, when I saw that video had potential to get 5,000 views, I mean, the little sophomore high school kid was like, oh my God, I mean, this is awesome. In my eyes, I was famous. And so I was like, wow, this is incredible that I can put something out like this and it's getting that many eyeballs on it. And so I continued to make videos for my whole sophomore year. The rest of that sophomore year, I go to every event. I wouldn't miss an event. I mean, we're talking volleyball, softball, soccer, basketball, football, all of them, every sport. I didn't miss a game for the most part, and I would spend my whole time at home editing, figuring out how to get better. My stuff changed a lot over that year. It got a whole lot better by the end of that year. I was putting out some decent content, and at the time, a lot of the school had found my account and found out I was making these videos and started following me. And at the time it was amazing. Like, it was incredible because, like I said, no one. I was really the first one around here that I know that did that. Like, I mean, there was some. I'm sure there was others that I didn't know of because I didn't pay attention to it at the time. But no one really put out videos like this. And so then, after my junior year of high school, or after my sophomore year of high school, I started doing same thing. Started doing videos. I was doing videos for. I did some softball. I did basketball. I did all the ones at school. I started charging my junior year. I started charging, not a ton. I was charging $5 a pitcher, or like $20 or a game or something like that, something small. And I started making a few bucks from it. And I was like, okay, well, like, this is profitable. Like, I can make money off doing what I love. And I was like, well, that's amazing. Well, I mean, why would I not? I was on top of the world. Like, I didn't have to pay for anything besides gas and food. Like, still don't have to, really. And I mean, I was doing well for myself as a junior. I had never had a job before, a junior in high school, making the money I was making off just doing little edits for people. And it wasn't a lot, but I mean, it had me like realizing like, there's something to this. Like, I can really make a living off this probably. And so my whole junior year of high school, like, I dead set, like, I'm gonna be a professional videographer for like the NBA one day. I was dead set on it. And like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna film professional sports the rest of my life. And my senior year of high school got here, and that's when I really realized, like, okay, like, this is seriously what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I just made up my mind I'm not going to college, so as you can imagine, my grades went down. I stopped trying. My senior year, I didn't do enough. I mean, I was a pretty straight A student. I mean, there were some things I struggled with, like everyone, but I was, for the most part, my freshman through junior year, I was a straight A student. And I mean, my senior year, I mean, I think I failed 2 classes. Like, I just absolutely did not care about school no more. I'm talking about during school, I would edit. I would make graphics during class. I had an animation class where we made like little animations. And I talked to that teacher so much, and I did so little work in there. I did no work, and it got to the point where I would talk to her. I'm like, hey, can I submit my? I'm working on stuff in here. I'm not working on your work, but I'm doing my work. And I would edit pictures and I would submit those for a grade. And I kind of became this, like, when I started doing this my sophomore year, I wasn't super popular. And I mean, I still wasn't popular my senior year, but like, I was more well known by a lot of people because of the following I had gotten on social media, on Instagram, from doing these videos. And the people started following me from the school, and the teachers and the administration, all of them started seeing me and talking to me more. And so, I mean, at the time, I was on top of the world. Like, I was like, this is awesome. Little did I realize, like, that's going to come to an end. Come senior year, like, that stuff's over. You're not going to always have that group of people around you every day, supporting you, saying what's up, hey, like, that thing people would always call me media. Like, they'd be like, media, like, and people still do it. Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes it's annoying because it's like, they're trolling. Like, there's always going to be those people that troll and, like, just, I mean, they're not really hating on you, but they're not being serious when they're, like, calling your name and stuff like that. And there's always going to be people like that, but you just have to look around that and kind of block that out. But and those same people, like, they're gonna say that same stuff about me putting out this video. And I mean, that's fine because I'm not doing it for them at the end of the day. And so, like I was saying, my senior year of high school got here, and I'd say towards like the end of my senior year, it clicked with me, like, hey, it's not realistic to be a professional sports videographer like for the rest of your life. Like, you can make money from it, but you're not gonna make the money that you're gonna want to make from doing that. And so I was like, okay, well, at this time, at this point, I had met so many incredible people along the way. Like, For example, one lady, her name is Rebecca Black. She is the owner of a nonprofit called Jambos, and their whole mission is to supply kids experiencing foster care with pajamas. And she was the very first person to ever give me a chance. I believe it was beginning of my junior year. She was the very first person to give me an opportunity to do work outside of sports and actually give me a chance at something. And I will forever be grateful for her because she has done more for me than she probably knows, and I am incredibly grateful for her. Um, she's she's a big reason of why I am where I am today is because of her. And there's so many other people. The school has always been super supportive of me, and I've just met a ton of fantastic people that do the same thing that I do now. And like through my senior year, I started realizing like this is like there's a lot of people that do this now. Like when I started my sophomore year, like I said, nobody was doing it. And my senior year of high school, I would like you go to a football game now at any high school, there's gonna be like 10 kids on the sideline holding like a start out Canon camera, which and it's incredible because like I love seeing more and more people trying to get into it because and not everyone's gonna succeed in it and it's not for everyone. They think it's cool. They see this stuff on Instagram. They think it's cool. And they think it's for them, and it is for some people, but it's also not for some people. But yeah, like I said, my mind shifted in my senior year. I was like, this is not realistic for me to be a sports videographer for my whole life. So I started looking at the business side of it. Like, how can I help people grow online doing what I do? How can I go in? Like, how can I make some serious money off this? And so I started getting in with these trying to get in with businesses, trying to film them ads, trying to do all sorts of stuff. Like, I've tried so many things, and my biggest thing now is I don't care what people think about me anymore. I stopped doing that my junior year of high school. I don't care what people think about me anymore. I put out content that's probably stupid to some of y'all, and some of y'all probably think it's amazing. And either way, I don't care because it's what I want to do. God's given me this talent. He's blessed me with this talent. And I am extremely grateful that he did because it helped me find my career early in life. I've gotten a good head start on my career because I found it at such a young age. And I truly believe it was given to me by God. And I'm just going to try to continue to do what I do for him, try to build my business with him at the center of it. And I'm going to try to keep glorifying him through everything I do and through my business. And I try to put content out that reflects that. A lot of the times I try that. And if you don't take anything away from this video, I just want y'all to know that, like, I know it's cheesy, but truly anything is possible. Like, if you told sophomore me that, like, I was going to be where I am today and doing what I'm doing now, it's unbelievable. Like, anything you truly put your mind to, like, you can achieve. And there's gonna be people along the way that are gonna say like laugh at you, and some people are gonna think you're crazy, and some people are gonna love it. And when people love it, it feels amazing. When people hate it, it hurts sometimes. It makes you wonder, like, do I quit because of what other people think about me? And don't let that be what makes you quit. Don't let anything make you quit, and especially with the opinion of other people, because at the end of the day, their opinion doesn't matter. Do what you love. Like, if the biggest thing that I love about what I do is my career is my passion. Like, when I do my work every day, when I'm on the computer for hours at a time editing a video or trying to find people to go work for, I enjoy every second of it because it's my passion. Being able to do your passion as your job is the greatest thing. So a lot of y'all might not know your passion yet. You might not have found some skill that God's blessed you with, and I pray for all y'all that y'all find that passion and that y'all find that talent that God's blessed y'all with, and that y'all use it to honor and glorify him and to hopefully build your career off of it. Because that's the biggest takeaway from this is find the talent God's blessed you with, honor and glorify him through that, and make that your career, because there's nothing better than waking up and doing what I do every day. And I'm so incredibly grateful for everyone that's been there the whole time, and for the people that's hated the whole time, because it's just fed me more this past year. Like, it's truly been amazing. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed my story. I hope y'all took something away from it, and like I said, it's amazing, y'all. I'm truly grateful for it. So I'll see y'all on the next one.